Hey everybody, welcome to Potter's Plant-Based Adventures, and today, with the help of our little sous chef Logan here, we're going to be making a buffalo chicken wrap. So we're also going to be making our own homemade garlic buffalo sauce to go with that.
It's one of my favorites.
Right? Making stuff homemade, that's the way to go. So we're going to start with a 1/4 cup of butter, which is a half of a stick of butter. We're going to heat that up in a pan and let that start to melt. So while that's starting to melt, Logan, why don't you go get our wrap and you can put that on the cutting board. So there's a lot of different wraps. You can use that out there in stores. We like to use the Mission tortilla wraps. They have a sun-dried tomato one. We're going to use a spinach one today.
Yeah, it's the garden spinach herb one. And it's really good. Even Logan likes it, don't you?
Yeah.
Even though it's green?
Yeah.
You know I like the color green.
I know,
That's
good.
right. He does like the color green.
Well,
So
my-
they make great sandwich wraps, so it's going to be perfect for our buffalo chicken wrap. So we have a couple different ingredients that we're going to mix in there. Why don't we start with some romaine lettuce? So Logan, you got some green lettuce there. Get some of that and start to put it down on our wrap here. So that's going to add a little bit of a crunch. So think about when you're having, just put it in like a
Yeah,
pile
you don't
across
have to do
here.
one piece at a time.
Think about when you're having like wings and you have celery that you want to put with it and you got that crunch. I personally don't really like celery in my sandwich wrap, but I find that romaine, because it has that kind of stem that comes through it, it's going to give that crunch that the celery gives without having the flavor of that.
That good, Dad?
Yep, I think it's like that. Alright, so next we're going to add some diced tomatoes. So just some simply diced tomatoes, sprinkle that over top of the lettuce there, Logan. Our butter's starting to melt down a little bit. I'm just going to add a little bit of salt and pepper. You got to season everything.
Gotta season everything. That's one of the things I learned the most and the quickest from watching Kenny cook is that he does season everything as it's cooking. Like not afterwards, he seasons everything as it's cooking. Super
That's right.
important.
Add those
That's great.
tomatoes come.
Yeah. Logan.
I like a little more tomato.
Okay.
I'll take a little more. Just a little bit more there, Logan. You're looking good. All right, now while our butter's about halfway melted, we're going to add our garlic powder. To get our garlic butter, our garlic buffalo sauce. I'm going to add a teaspoon of garlic powder.
Yum, yum.
I want to make sure I taste that garlic.
I know, we love garlic in this family.
Not shy with that at all. And that's going to continue to melt down. How are we looking on the tomatoes there, Logan? Perfect. All right, so now we're doing a little bit of red onion because we like red onion in this family. So we have some sliced red onion. So you got some pieces there, Logan. Go ahead and put some red onion over that. I'm going to take my whisk. I'm going to whisk that garlic powder around in my butter while it's melting. It's almost melted in here. Now I'm going to add a 1/4 of a
That's
teaspoon.
plenty.
1/4 of a teaspoon of our liquid aminos.
One more.
This is an ingredient that I use in almost everything. It's a substitute for Worcestershire sauce, or you can use it for a substitute for soy sauce.
Because Worcestershire sauce is technically not vegetarian, right?
Not all of them. Some
Yes,
of them
that's
have
true.
anchovy in it.
Right.
All right, so I'm getting that stirred in there. Our butter's melted. Our garlic's getting incorporated in that real nicely.
It smells delicious.
Right?
Already.
Already smell it. So the next thing we have is we're going to put in our blue cheese dressing on our buffalo wrap, because we gotta have that too. You can buy whatever blue cheese dressing you like. I had some time, so I went ahead and whipped some up.
I love when Logan's in these videos. I don't have to do anything but stand here.
Right?
Great.
Sit there and look pretty.
There you go.
So
Is
look
that
at-
what your dad always says to your mom?
You start to sprinkle some of that over the top, Logan.
Okay.
While he's doing that, I'm going to add a half of a tablespoon of white vinegar to our buffalo sauce.
All right. Make sure you get all the way to the
So
end.
if you don't have a half of a tablespoon, not a problem. How many teaspoons are in a tablespoon? Anyone know?
4,
3.
3.
3 teaspoons in a tablespoon. So a half of a tablespoon is 1.5 teaspoons. All right, so we've got our butter completely melted down. We've got our garlic incorporated. We've added our
Is
vinegar.
that good, Dad, or more?
That looks great.
All right.
Now we're gonna add half a cup of hot sauce.
Mm-hmm.
It's wing sauce, so you know what hot sauce this is. Any cayenne pepper sauce will work.
But you like
I like Frank's. Gotta have it.
Frank's Red Hot.
That's classic.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna whisk that in there, incorporate everything all together.
That
Smell
smell.
that garlic coming through.
Smell that?
Oh yeah. And this is like a medium heat, mild to medium. You can add cayenne pepper, white pepper to kick it up. You got some specialty like ghost powder pepper or something like that. You can add some of that in there. You can even
Depending on how spicy you want it, right?
exactly. You can even add a hot sauce on top of this. I've found that starting with this as a base is great, and then you can come in with something like a Texas Pete, hotter than hot, and it'll kick it up to more of that medium hot.
Texas Pete, hotter than hot. How
Oh,
about
yeah.
that?
There we go. It's all incorporated together real nicely, and we see we've got that orange, familiar buffalo sauce color. I've got our plant-based chicken. Sarah, you want to show them what we're using for plant-based chicken today?
All right, so this is the Gardein Ultimate Plant-Based Chicken Nuggets, and this is one we really do like. Logan loves it too. He does it normally without the buffalo sauce, but these are really good plant-based nuggets.
Yeah, we're still trying to get Logan used to the heat.
He's getting better with some, but we're still working on it.
All right, so we're gonna toss these in the buffalo sauce.
There you go. Getting that all incorporated
All
there.
coated
You can
up.
just like stir it. You don't have to have the perfect
Nice and
whisk
coated.
movement to be tossing them like Kenny does.
We'll try one of those. You feeling brave? Try something spicy? I didn't think so. Having some tomatoes, that's a safe way to go when you're a kid.
There you go.
Alright, so we put our chicken on there.
Oh my gosh, that's so good. Oh, that sauce is so perfect.
Right, isn't it? It's not spicy at all.
No.
Mild to medium. Then we just pull
Do you want to
everything.
put a little bit of tomato in the sauce?
Roll everything
He's like,
up
thought about it for a second then.
in our wrap. Cut. And
There you go. I'm taking it right out the other side.
buffalo, vegetarian buffalo chicken wrap right there.
Nice and messy. Nice and messy, but
Mm-hmm.
sure, you can show him.
Food has to be messy.
Super fresh.
So good.
That is so good. Logan showing off the tomato.
Yeah,
It's super
that's
fresh.
Very good.
All
All right.
The blue cheese against that buffalo sauce.
Right? It's a perfect mixture, and you can add more heat to it. So.
And if you prefer ranch, you can substitute ranch out for the blue cheese.
Easy
Perfectly
enough.
fine.
Absolutely.
But in this family, we love our blue cheese.
Logan's over here giving out free sponsorship. All right. Well, that's everything we got for you today. Remember when you're on YouTube to like and subscribe to our channel. We know there's a lot of great food out there in the world. Whether you're out on the road trying to find it or right here in your own kitchen with your kids. Remember to be safe and stay hungry.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.